Pork stroganoff, I'm making a quantity for 2 and I'm using pork fillet, so it's lovely and lean, so it's not going to take long to cook. Stuff to get ready in advance is I've got 150 ml of sour cream. I'm going to put a very heaped teaspoon. In fact, I'm nearly at the end of the jar, so I'm going to use up the whole jar of Dijon mustard, and I'm going to put in a teaspoon of grain mustard and give that a stir. The other thing to get ready is I've got 200 ml of boiling water and I've put 10 grams of porcini mushrooms in there, and I'm leaving those to soak for about 20 minutes. I've got 100 grams of mushrooms, they're chestnut mushrooms, and I'm just giving them a dry fry for a couple of minutes just to get that lovely. I've got half a pork fillet that I have thinly sliced. I've dried it out in the fridge and I'm going to season it generously with salt. A little splash of vegetable oil going in the pan in which I cooked the mushrooms. Or I should say I removed the mushrooms. They're sitting here. Now we'll brown the meat just for a minute or 2 on each side. After a minute and there's colour on, start turning the pieces. This is not going to take long. After 1 minute on the other side, remove from the pan. I'm going to put in a splash of olive oil, 10 grams of butter. I've got 1 red onion that is very finely sliced. I did it on the mandolin. Go and pour yourself a glass of wine. I'm now going to salt them and I'm going to add some dry oregano and let that cook for a couple more minutes. The next thing going in are the mushrooms and their collected juices. Some paprika, that's about half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. I'm now moving it to a higher heat. Anyone that follows me knows that I love masala or Madeira with anything mushroom. So I'm going to put in a really healthy splash of masala and let that bubble down. I'm going to remove the porcini mushrooms from the soaking liquid, squeeze them, roughly chop them and add them in. Once most of the masala has cooked into the mushrooms and evaporated, pour in the mushroom stock. Just be careful because at the bottom of the jug you may find some little bits of grit, so just leave that. And now we're going to bubble that right down again until that's reduced by at least half. Meanwhile, finely chop some fresh parsley with buttered tagliatelle. I'm going to cook that, and a crisp green salad. This is beautifully reduced now. I'm adding plenty of ground black pepper. If you're hosting a dinner party, this is the point where you can turn your sauce off. You've got your meat ready, you've got your cream sauce ready, and you can do the final assembly when your guests are here. So I'm going to cook my pasta and have that ready and then finish the dish, which will only take a couple of minutes. There's about 4 minutes left on my pasta, so I'm just putting the heat back on under the sauce. The meat is going in and any collected meat juices and the sour cream mixture. I don't want it on too fierce a heat, but I do want to warm that cream sauce through. I'm going to put in the chopped parsley, saving a little bit to finish the dish. That's only needed a couple of minutes. That can now just sit in the hot sauce. Pasta is drained. I'm putting in some butter, plenty of butter, and a really good grind of pepper. Some buttery pasta, some beautiful stroganoff, plenty of sauce, a tiny little pinch of paprika, tiny little pinch of fresh parsley. I'm having some green salad on the side. Pork stroganoff.